how to stop this madness of Trump. He's actually fully defending Moscow's positions. It's becoming harder and harder for me to choose censored words and to react adequately to the events that are happening. Trump is forcing Ukraine to capitulate, especially now, in order to overshadow the Epstein-related underage scandal involving the sexual abuse of minors, and to get himself into those damned Nobel lists. The peace plan that we are being forced into provides the full occupation of Ukraine in the next few years. The Moscow's demands of the agreement will eliminate Ukraine faster than it happens in the dreams of every Russian. With capitulation of Ukraine, with agreeing to the conditions of Moscow, a tragic fate awaits the next European countries, which will immediately find themselves under attack. Also, this pressure from the United States is happening against the background of a corruption scandal in Ukraine. We truly do have problems with corruption on the state scale, like other countries do, and we are solving them. These are internal state affairs, and we have all the institutions necessary to resolve them. And at least these are not affairs involving state-level sexual abuse of minors. Overall, no internal state problems of Ukraine or any other country must in any way influence the defense strategy and the national interests of the state. Trump is once again blackmailing Ukraine, saying that he will end all military support and stop sharing intelligence if we don't sign the capitulation. Every condition of the agreement we are being forced into provide either passive or aggressive gradual occupation of the country. Outrageous demand for the liquidation of the armed forces of Ukraine, the reduction of troops to a level that will make resistance impossible during the next attack by Moscow. The Russians demand the neutralization of our defense potential, the neutralization of our army. Are they planning to limit their own armed forces in the same way? Of course not. They also demand total disarmament, that we hand over the available weapons necessary for the survival of the state, and that we in no case develop or manufacture our own weapons. The full demilitarization of Ukraine is the goal that Putin set in 2022 and which he constantly speaks about as a key objective. Despite his attempts over these years, Ukraine has developed its military-industrial complex and has become much stronger in this aspect. The demand for lifting sanctions from Russia will provide an incredible increase of capital and accordingly economic potential for the next attack in the near future on Ukraine and on the Baltic states. The demand for returning Russia to the G8, deep economic cooperation with the USA, full-scale trade, this will make Russia financially stable again, strong and capable of conducting new wars. It's surreal to read about the serious intention of the United States to sign this and to personally open the gates of hell. Already in just a few years after the lifting of restrictions, active trade and new contacts, the military-industrial complex of Russia will produce such an amount of drones, missiles and weapons that their next blitzkrieg on any neighboring country will be incredibly fast and successful. The intelligence service of the European countries have already stated that they have data about plans of Russia to attack NATO countries before 2030. And this is now despite their financial problems. If Russia manages to lift the sanctions, the preparation will go many times faster and more powerful. The administration of the American president is either incredibly blind or incredibly stupid or incredibly biased if it welcomes all those demands of Russia and does not see any threat either to itself or to its allies. A separate unacceptable point is the demand to refuse the investigation of Russian war crimes. They of course demand full amnesty. They want the whole world to forget what horror, what tortures, what executions they have been carrying out against Ukrainians all this time. With the signing of this agreement, all capabilities and potential of Moscow will be restored in full force. I call on all friends and like-minded people in Europe and the USA to fight together for justice and common security, to influence your politicians and not allow the destruction of Ukraine and the beginning of the occupation of the rest of Europe. Trump's peacemaking will do what Putin troops could not. It will destroy Ukraine.